a tough one to lose like that. Maybe just your general thoughts on the game. And
Lose, John. We didn't lose.
sorry, felt like a
We picked up a road point.
no, no, fair
No,
enough.
it felt like that. It definitely did, but we didn't lose.
No,
That's the good news.
fair point. But maybe you just talk about the team's sort of performance and I don't know, the inability to close things out and get the full 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, I think we carried on from where we picked up against Philly. I thought it was a terrific start for us for Toronto. We probably could have been in 3-1. Had some really good chances. Second half, 2-0 scoreline. We were in that balance of trying to control the game. Obviously, Benteke goes out, and I think you think all the cards now are stacked in your favor to just see the match out. So again, in football matches, the goal, the red card, the second red card, they're all turning points. And what I've seen in MLS, there's no game over on the road. There's no game over ever. So, I think for us, we're disappointed. I mean, the dressing room, we've said what needed to be said. Players have owned key moments. And yeah, like I think last year we were celebrated a point on the road, but this is a different mindset from this group. I think they know they dropped 2 points tonight. And that might be crucial in the race, but we picked up a point, and that might be crucial as well. So, two-way results, and we'll take that at this stage. But yeah, disappointed, John, for sure.
We'll go back next to John.
John, did you get a second look at any of the sort of the yellow cards that sent off Gomis or Bernardeschi?
I haven't seen them. I was involved in trying to organise the 10-man strategy and then the 9-man strategy. So that's where my mind went straight to work. So I haven't had a chance to see it, but Berners said some words in the dressing room, and the players understand. And as a leader, I think people are together. We're strong together, and that's a man who's carried big parts of our attacking strategy over the last sort of 7, 8, 10 games. So we have nothing but love for Federico Bernardeschi.
We'll go next to James.
Thanks, Nick. Hey, John.
Hey, James.
Sorry if you've touched on this already. I lost connection there for a second, but just like the chances in Philly, both goals tonight were really well crafted movements by the team. Are you feeling good about where the attacking element is for this side right now?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. It's just game management. That's the critical part of it. Again, at 2-0, I thought we were in control. And then it's all about game management, which I think this team have got to develop. I think the championship teams are able to just settle on the ball in those moments and take away that direct rhythm. We just needed to shift the direct rhythm, James. That was the key. You can go direct 2 to 3 from the keeper, but then you've got to start getting back into our draw to play behind strategy and our opposite rhythms that you've seen in the first half. I thought we were just about to get into that rhythm when they scored their goals. So it was a tricky time, and then the crowd gets behind them. Fatigue starting to set in, and you're in an away environment where the pressure's coming. So we've got to learn how to manage these games, James. But all in all, I thought attacking wise, the team found a real top level tonight, particularly in the first half.
We'll go next to Michael Leach.
Thanks very much, Nick. John, this is twice now that we've seen kind of hostilities carry on after the final whistle. Is this your captain's in the middle of it? Is this sort of the characteristics that, or sort of the identity that you're trying to build with this club, and was tonight maybe a situation where maybe the referee got lost control of the game a little bit?
I think the conversation. I think Jonathan had maybe some comments to say to the ref, but I think one of their players might have got involved in that. I mean, the captain's emotional for sure. I mean, he's super emotional. He's heading away to play for Canada now. He had the opportunity to carry 3 points out of the stadium, and as a captain, you know how much he loves the club. I don't think there's any strategy behind the scenes to have aggression after the game. I mean, tonight there was just some passion towards maybe the officials, maybe some comments that were said. I didn't actually see it or hear it, but you know, we got it settled down pretty quick, and the lads they were good at tonight. On the officiating, you know, it's a tough job being a referee. I've got to say that. You know, I've seen some yellow cards that I think are soft, but I think every manager across the league's gonna complain about this or that, particularly when you know, you feel like you should have won a football match. But at the end of the day, I think, you know, we made mistakes in the penalty area. You know, those penalties. The penalty was a penalty, and you know, I don't know exactly what happened with Federico, but I've just got to trust the officials are going to do their best and support them.
We'll go back to John next.
John, how difficult is it to play against a team like DC with that sort of pressing style that they have? And, you know, it really sort of forces you to play through that pressure.
Yeah, I thought we handled it well tonight, John. I thought there was we had a few little nervy moments, but I don't know if you've seen the pitch. It was it's not in the best condition because they're playing, I think, American football on it. So, you know, we did say it's going to be tricky, but you've still got to be brave, and mistakes will be made. But if you're brave enough to draw those two centre midfielders that will attach to our centre midfielders, you know, spaces will open and we'll be able to play across the next line quickly. And I think we found that rhythm. Again, I thought first half we just looked in control. There's not many teams have been able to really push DC on the back foot for long periods, because they're, if you know the stats, they're the most direct and aggressive team at home in MLS. So I thought, you know, the lads did a good job at that tonight. Again, for us, John, just game management. Got to manage those games.
We go back to James next.
Thanks again, Nick. John, it was a short cameo, but how nice was it to see Richie back out there tonight?
Yeah, I hadn't predicted we'd be down to 9 men. Yeah, he was only supposed to be doing something like 15 minutes, and he ended up, I think, with his 12 minutes of extra time. Yeah, I mean, it was great to have him back. I mean, of course, everyone was excited, but I'm sure he'll not be happy coming in and, you know, conceding 2 goals, or at least 1 on his watch. He'll not be happy with that. I know how much of a competitor he is, but, you know, it's a big step for this club to have him back. There's no doubt he's going to bring another level to what we've seen already in both attacking and defending, but experience. I think the experience is what Richie can bring, and the passion for this club. So yeah, great to have him back.
And we go back to John next.
Yeah, John, this is now the official halfway point of the season. With a record, you have a record of 7 wins, 7 losses, and 3 draws. Coming off what was a grueling past 32 days where you played 9 games in 2 competitions. When you look at the first half of the MLS season, I mean, how would you characterize where this team is right now? And are you happy? Or you think is the team where you thought it would be at this point?
Yeah, I mean, there's another level to come. I think from the team. I think over this last phase, you've seen the growth in areas in our performances, whether it's the clean sheet of Philly, whether it's being able to deny Benteke and, you know, pretty much nullify the threat of DC United, which, you know, he scored in 13 games prior to this. So I think when you look at it, you say, look, there's growth there, but there's another level, and we've got to demand that next level. I think where we started with the players that we had and inherited, they've took big steps together. I think they can see the steps they've taken, but they want more. We all want more from this club. We all want more in the dressing room, behind the scenes, and we're going to keep pushing for it. So I think the fans have seen what we said we would do. We would fight every game. We would bring the work ethic every game. We'd give them a team that would entertain them, they could be proud of. So that's as far as we've come. You know, the levels are still to be reached when we see Lorenzo or Richie Laryea consistently, you know, with Kevin Long, Jonathan Osorio, you know, Prince Owusu back, etc., etc. You know, I think that consistency in a starting 11, I'm just fingers crossed, you know, one game, I'd like to see that group playing together. And hopefully when the lads get back from international duty, we'll see that.
And for our final question here, we'll go back to James.
Thanks, James.
Thanks again, Nick. John, I know the players are going to get a couple days off. Do you let yourself have a little bit of a break now? And what's the first thing you do now that you know that it's 14 days before that next game after these games every 3 days?
Yeah, follow the process, review the game, look at the stats, get the package ready of the game review, have a look at where we sit in the league, what games surprised us over the weekend, recalibrate our points tally. And then I'll go and walk my dogs. I'll head back to Vancouver, walk my 2 dogs. I've missed them. And I'll get to see my son play live, which is something I haven't been able to see all year. So yeah, a bit of family time. Not too much, but just enough to reset and go again.